Greetings everyone. Well, it's finally happened. The Archie Sonic comics are officially over. On Wednesday, July 19th, Sega sent out this following message which said the following. After 24 years of memorable storytelling, Sega of America will conclude their Sonic the Hedgehog publishing partnership program with Archie Comics. Yeah, there's more and I'll get to it later, but for now I'll say that this is the reason I've been silent on the whole hiatus thing. I've been waiting for official sources to mention the comic's fate. Yeah, you get those people that claim they heard things from such and such, but sometimes it might not be true. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. So my thoughts on the situation. It stings hard. I know some people will feel worse about the cancellation while others saw it coming a mile away. But for me, I was being cautiously optimistic. If it came back, great. If it's cancelled, it's understandable. There have been numerous problems surrounding Archie and the Sonic license, the most infamous one being the whole Pender's copyright fiasco, which ultimately led to the comic getting rebooted. Add to that Scott Fulop's court case over Archie Sonic characters, I can see why Sega would want to break ties. What I don't see is why it took them this long to announce it when word online says the comic has been cancelled way back in January. Were the two sides yanking the fans' chains? If so, then that's pretty cruel, guys. That is very, very cruel. To be fair, we don't know the exact details that led to the cancellation, as of this video, but there are numerous things out there that we can speculate over. Mismanagement from either Sega or Archie, the increasing licensing fees, the court cases, the companies going in different directions that don't align with each other, and so on and so forth. Until we know more, this is all we can do, speculate. As I said earlier, this stings, but at the same time, I feel sorry for the writers and artists who are currently working on the book prior to cancellation. In fact, if you haven't already, find the time to tell them how much you appreciate their hard work on the Sonic books. A number of them do have Twitter accounts for the record. Another feeling I have during all this is disappointment. I was looking forward to some of these upcoming stories, especially this one featuring Sonic Man, and most importantly, Overdrive. But now, it'll probably never happen. And the comics were so close to hitting 2 more milestones. Now, the main book ends with a flashback story to Sonic CD, and the last canonical story in this verse features the Chaotix fighting pirates. Maybe. Let's bring up that message from Sega again. While it does say it's ending its partnership with Archie, it also implies that they still want to do Sonic comics. It'll just mean they have to find a new publisher. This brings up another subject. If and when they do find another publisher to print the Sonic comics, will it be some continuation of the Archie line since everything post-reboot is technically Sega property, or will they start from scratch? Either way, I will pick up that hypothetical first issue. What could help if they are starting from scratch is hire the likes of Ian Flynn, Tracy Yarley, and the others who worked on the Archie Sonic books just prior to cancellation, since they are freelancers. At this point though, we don't know what plans Sega has for a comic, if any. I don't want to end this on a downer note, so here's what I want to say directly to the fans of the Archie Sonic comics. You have every right to be sad, upset, and frustrated with this news. You also have every right to point fingers at who or what caused this. But if you're going to take away anything from this, it's the fact that the comics, which include the main books, spin-offs, and specials, have had 24 years of incredible and not so incredible stories. From its goofy beginnings, through the cringe-worthy Dork Age, and finally an action-adventure piece, the comics introduce places and concepts beyond the games, introduce characters beyond the games. In fact, some people prefer these characters instead of the game ones. And then there's looking at game events from a new perspective, even if it's ultimately a promotional tactic. The Archie Sonic comics have a legacy. A legacy made possible thanks to writers such as Mike Gallagher, Carl Bollers, and Ian Flynn. Artists like Spaz, Tracy Yardley, Evan Stanley, and Matt Herms, to name a few. And last but not least, you, me, us, the fans. We kept buying and supporting the books even through its darkest periods. So it's important not to forget the Archie Sonic legacy. I won't. I make a solid promise here and now that I will review every single Archie Sonic comic on this channel, so that future Sonic fans will know this piece of Sonic history. For now, I want to thank everyone, almost everyone involved with the books. These have been a huge part of my life, and I wish the Archie Sonic books themselves, Farewell. Well, things are moving fast already. Of course, this is Sonic we're talking about, but I just got word that Sega has announced its partnership with IDW to create new Sonic comics. Here's the announcement. Today, Sega revealed that Sonic the Hedgehog and his friends have joined forces with IDW Publishing, the leading publisher of licensed comic books, to begin a thrilling new chapter in the Blue Blur's adventures in 2018. Creative teams are currently being formed, and a publishing plan is now underway with more details to come at a later date. Writers and artists will be bringing their considerable talents to the comic book world of Sonic. We've been speaking with beloved Sonic fan favorite creators and new creators alike, and are excited to be able to spread specifics about our plans for the comic in the near future, said Chris Ryall, IDW's Chief Creative Officer. We are ecstatic about this partnership with IDW, said Ivo Gerskofich, Chief Brand Officer for Sonic the Hedgehog. We'll know they'll serve as a good home for the new adventures of Sonic, his friends, and foes. I, for one, am pumped. IDW is indeed an expert in handling licensed properties, having published the likes of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, and My Little Pony, which could mean the possibility of crossovers. Oh boy. This also means in 2018, I have new Sonic comic material to review, in addition to that Mega Man Master Mix comic coming out that same year. I feel so alive again! Based on the announcement, it seems IDW is considering bringing some past talent from the Archie books on board, so there's hope. But I'm not going to scoff at the new talent. As long as they do a quality job, I welcome them. As for the stories, well, chances are they will start over. Gotta cater to any potential new fans, but they may honor the legacy of post-reboot Archie. The aforementioned Turtles and Transformers, for example, have had stories from other companies reprinted through IDW. We'll just have to wait and see on which direction this comic series will take the Blue Blur. Once again, I'm excited and I hope you guys are too. Until next time, have a good day and be safe.